Can you see now, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So directivity is related to beam area angle or the beam area. This beam solid angle or the beam area. This is beam area. So directivity is given by 4 pi divided by sigma A. Okay, so this sigma A approximately, if you remember, is given as theta E into theta HP. If you remember right, the E plane and the H plane. Got it? So this I can define as half power beam width, HAL of half power beam width in the horizontal plane into half power beam width. This whole thing is I can write as half power beam width into half power beam width in the vertical plane, vertical plane. So this can be written as E plane into H plane. This already we have done few problems long time back. So I can write directivity D as is equal to 4 pi divided by theta E into theta H. E plane aperture into H plane aperture. Where theta E and theta H are in radians. Okay, so one radian of the solid angle is equal to 180 degree divided by pi radian. So this will be 57.295 degree if you divide this. So if I have to write this above equation, this is in radians. So if I have to write the above equation, directivity in degrees, so I will write directivity D is equal to 4 pi divided by theta E into theta H into 57.295 degrees whole square. Got it, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, could you please scroll a bit up, sir? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, write down one more. This is the relation between directivity and beam area. The above formula is applicable to antennas with narrow beam width about 20 degree approximately. This is approximately 20 degrees. So this is your directivity formula. Have you written this down?
Yes, sir.
Now next topic, before we go to one more problem, is known as antenna beam efficiency. Antenna beam efficiency given as EM is equal to sigma m, sorry, omega m divided by omega A is given by ratio of beam efficiency, is given by a ratio of the main beam area to the total beam area. So this is your what to say, main beam area. This one is your main beam area divided by this one is your total beam area. Okay. So your total beam area omega A is given by, sorry, this is capital M. Just make one small correction. Omega A is given by sigma m, that is the main beam area, plus omega small m, that is your minor beam area. This is your main beam area. This is your minor beam area. So I'll just draw a figure to just tell you what is your minor beam area and the major beam area. I hope I'll be able to draw the figure properly. So you have a pattern like this. This is your main beam area. This is your main beam area. This is your minor beam area. So this you have two minor lobes here. This is how your radiation pattern will come. This is your minor beam area. So your beam efficiency will be your main beam area divided by total beam area. This total beam area is nothing but your main beam area plus minor beam area. Your design should be such that your minor beam area should be kept as small as possible. Okay, so let me call this as some equation 2. So this is your total beam area. Divide your equation 2 by total beam area on both sides. Divide equation 2 by total beam area on both sides. So what you will end up getting is omega A divided by omega A is equal to sigma omega m, that is the mean beam area by total beam area, plus minor beam area divided by total beam area. Okay. This whole thing is called as beam efficiency. And this whole thing, this one is called as minor beam area, is known as your stray factor. Stray factor. So what will you will end up getting is 1, your left hand side, because both will get cancelled. You will get this as beam efficiency plus stray factor. So what is your beam efficiency? That is equal to major beam area, main beam area by total beam area, and your stray factor will be minor beam area divided by total beam area. So whenever you do the antenna design, make sure your stray factor is reduced as much as possible. So this whole factor should be as less as possible. So how do you do that antenna? How do you design that antenna? This minor beam area or your side lobe should be minimized to the maximum extent possible. So that is what is your challenge coming in your antenna design. Okay. So we'll do one small problem related to this. Then there are a couple of derivation that I have to go. Is it clear? Any doubts?
No doubts, sir.
Okay. The normalized, please write down with me, normalized, the normalized field pattern, normalized field pattern of an antenna is given by E of n is equal to sin theta sin phi, where theta is the zenith angle measured from z-axis, measured from z-axis, and phi is the azimuth, azimuth, azimuth angle measured from x-axis. En has the value, En has a value only if 0 less than equal to theta less than equal to pi and 0 less than equal to phi less than equal to pi, and En is 0 elsewhere. Find first one, exact directivity, exact directivity. Second one, approximate directivity. Third one, the decibel difference between exact and approximate directivity. This is one VTU question. See, what all problems I'm doing is all asked in the previous university question papers. So be rest assured that we are solving the university problems as and when we are studying. So instead of separately solving them, as and when we are doing the class, I am solving the university questions. Now let us read this question once again. So whenever you get a question, do not panic in antenna. All the answers you know. The question English may be twisted in different directions. So please don't panic. That is the first and foremost thing I want to tell you. The normalized field pattern of an antenna is given by En is equal to sine theta sine phi, where theta is the zenith angle measured from z axis and phi is the azimuth angle measured from x axis. En has a value only if 0 is less than equal to theta less than equal to pi and phi is equal to 0 less than equal to phi less than equal to pi, where En is 0 elsewhere. So find the exact directivity, approximate directivity, the decibel difference between these two. Okay. Fine. So what is given? Bina, what is given? Are you able
The
to listen?
normalized, yes, sir. The normalized field pattern of an antenna.
Yes.
That is En is equal to
So
sine.
En is given. Yes. 1 minute. En is given as sine theta, sine phi. We don't know power. Right? Power we don't know. So find the first power, normalized power. So normalized power is nothing but your En square. En square. Square of the field, you will get the normalized power. Very simple. That is a very simplest way of remembering. So what happens if I do En square? Someone, sine theta sine phi whole square. Someone please reply Saurabh Bhatt. What happens?
So now you can write sine square theta, sine square phi, and then you can change it to cos.
Okay, later we change it. So right now, please remember normalized power is square of field. Please write down somewhere here. Normalized power is equal to square of field. Mostly they will give electric field, so square of field. So square of field means field you you square sorry not square of field. So field multiply field you multiply into 2, not square of field. Sorry. So field raised to the power. So this is what you say normalized power. Okay. First we will find. First what we have to find in the question, exact directivity. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. That is your solid angle or the beam area sigma A. So first I know directivity is equal to 4 pi divided by sigma A. So how do I find sigma A? En as a function of theta phi d omega. Yes or no? Remember this formula?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So someone tell me the limits of theta. Theta varying from
0 to
0 to
Pi.
very good. Pi varying from
0 to
okay. What is P of n?
sine square theta, sine square phi.
Sine square theta,
Sine
sine
square.
square phi. What is d omega?
Sine theta, d theta, d phi.
Excellent. Sine theta, d phi. See, d omega is always sine theta, d phi. If it is a ds, what happens? R square, sine theta, d phi. You got my point. That is what we have done so far, directivity problems. This is we are finding directivity from beam area. So if you are finding a directivity from the radiation intensity, use the radiation intensity formula u theta comma phi r square sin theta d theta d phi. That is what we have done in the previous class. Remember?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Remember? No, very good. So if you remember, I'm very happy. See, what happens is, depending upon the data given, use the formula. Very simple. How do I do this, sir? So this is your beam area theta A, sorry, omega A is equal to theta varying from 0 to pi sine of q theta d theta, pi varying from 0 to pi sine square phi d phi. Okay, this integration, remember, from 0 to 5 sine cube theta d theta, you can check, it will be equal to 4 by 3. This is one standard value. So the standard value, you can remember, standard value, if it is integrated from 0 to pi only. If it is 2 pi, once again you have to do this. That derivation, that expansion, you have to do 4 by 3 sine cube theta sine of 3 theta. That is what we have done in the previous class. So how I can write this? Pi varying from 0 to pi. What is your sine square phi?
0.
0 na?
No, sin square phi should be written as 1 minus cos 2 theta, cos 2 phi by 2.
Cos 2 phi by
2.
2. This whole thing. Got it, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So your omega A is equal to 4 by 3. So this you have to integrate. Pi varying from 0 to pi 1 minus cos of 2 phi by 2 d phi. So what this will become?
1 by 2 pi. 4 by 3 into pi by
Yes,
2.
yes. Very good. Okay. For the others who have not understood, so I can take here half outside. Okay. This will become phi minus sine of 2 phi by 2. Your limits varying from 0 to pi. So this you will end up getting as pi by 2. So you will get here 4 by 3 into pi by 2. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is your beam area. So this will be 2 ones are, this will be 2 twos are. So this will be equal to, beam area is equal to 2 pi by 3. Okay, how do I find the directivity? 4 pi divided by beam area. So this will be 4 pi divided by 2 pi by 3. So what happens? 2 ones are, 2 twos are, pi will get cancelled. You will get directivity as 6. So next, directivity in dB. He has not asked in degree, so directly I have used the solid angle. 10 log to the base 10 into directivity, that is 10 log of 6. So that you will get a 7.78 decibels. Sorry. I should have written as here dB. So your directivity in dB using exact method is 7.78 decibels. This whole thing is using your exact method. Okay. Now the second one is using approximate method. Okay. Directivity, what is in terms of degrees will be 4 pi into 57.295 degrees whole square divided by theta E into theta H. Okay, so this is what we have understood. So this in terms of degrees, if you multiply this, you will get 4125. Can you multiply and tell me 57.295 degrees whole square into 4 pi?
Four one two five 1.83.
4125.
1251.83.
Okay, it is approximately 253. It seems as per some approximation. 252 you will get, so you can make it 3. Later we'll debate why it is 2 or 3. You will hardly get any difference in the answer. Theta E into pi of H. Both sides you can write theta E P E plane H plane. Okay, both are in degrees, so everything is in degrees here. This is your beam area using this is your directivity using approximate method. Okay. Write down at half power point direction, at half power point direction, modulus value of electric field is equal to 1 upon root 2. Is equal to 1 upon root 2. Purva Chandra, tell me what is the value of En?
En, sir. Sin
Sin theta
sin phi.
equal to 1 upon
Okay.
root 2. Okay. Okay. Now I can rewrite this as sin theta sin phi is equal to 1 upon root 2 raised to the power half into 1 upon root 2 raised to the power half. Agreed? Can I rewrite like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So I will once again do one more magic here, mathematical magic. Sin theta I can write, it is approximately equal to 1 upon root 2 raised to the power half, and sin phi is equal to 1 upon root 2 raised to the power half. So all you have to do is now theta is equal to sine inverse of 1 upon root 2 raised to the power half, and similarly phi will be equal to sine inverse of 1 upon root 2 raised to the power half. So how much you will get theta?
57.234 degree.
Very good. 57.23.
Two.
Can I write like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, phi will be equal to Same.
Same.
Yeah, I'm not done any other magic here. 1 upon root 2. So this 5 will also be equal to 57.23. Anusha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood till now?
Yes, sir. I have understood.
Now I'll write theta of HP, sorry, theta of E plane, theta E plane is equal to 2 times theta, because this is unidirectional. I have to find in both directions. So that will be equal to 114.46 degrees, 2 times theta. Similarly, phi of HP will be 2 times theta. That will be again 114.46 degrees. See, whatever you get theta and phi, your theta HP and phi of HP is 2 times of theta. Previously only in for beam area calculation we have done like that. Remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Remember all of you?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now what I have to do? Find the directivity. So what is your directivity? 41253 sorry 253 square degrees divided by so this will be 41253 square degrees divided by 114.46 into 114.46. Find the directivity.
3.148.
Very good. 3 point. Who answered? Your name, please.
Amruta BR, sir.
Very good, Amrita BR. Excellent. So, can you find the directivity in decibels? 10 log to the base 10, 3.148. Can you please find the value?
4.98.
4.980 decibels. So, this directivity is your approximate method. Got it, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So using exact method, we got a directivity of 7.78. Using approximate method, we have got directivity of 4.98. Quite a huge difference. Now, third part of the question is decibel difference. Decibel difference of the exact and the approximate method. See, you can't subtract the decibel and tell that is the decibel difference. Okay, subtract. Please subtract and tell me what you are getting. 7.78 minus 4.980. How much you are getting?
2.8.
2.8. Very good. Instead of doing such a big circus, so 7.78 dB minus 4.980 dB. This is equal to 2.8 decibels. This is your difference in the directivity between exact method and approximate method. Any doubts on this problem?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. In the last class, we did one problem. Please go to your last class problem. Anyway, I'm having it here. Please see the board. The radial component of a radiated power density of an infinitely small linear dipole of length L is far less than is given by Am sin square theta by R square. Where Am is the peak value of the power, Ar is the radial unit vector. Find the directivity of the antenna. This you have done using exact method. How we have done? Find the power density. After finding the power density, find the radiation intensity R square into power density. So when you multiply with R square, you would get cancelled. So you will get radiation intensity as Am sin square theta. So your total power radiated will be integration of R square power density into solid angle. So this is you will end up getting a sin theta d theta d phi. Okay, so this is what you are getting. Got it? How we did last time? Remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you get the power radiated. This power radiated, you will end up getting as 8 pi by 3. Sorry, directivity you will end up getting how much directivity you okay. What is the final value you got? Power radiated 8 pi by 3 into Am. So 8 pi by 3 into Am. So total directivity you get as 1.5. Can you convert into dB? This is what
Sir,
we
it's
did.
1.76, sir. In dB.
Very good. So yeah, directivity in dB is equal to this is 10 log of 1.5. So what you will end up getting?
1.76.
So this much dB you are getting. Now the same thing I can do using exact method. Sorry, this is what we have done using the exact method. So if you have to do using approximate method, can I do parallel to this? All of you for the previous problem? See, we have done using exact method. Suppose they ask both exact as well as approximate methods. I will just do the approximate method. So what is your directivity formula in degrees? 41253 square degrees. All of you are understanding what I am trying to do?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what is the formula. Now, here field is not given, your power is given, normalized value of power. Pn is nothing but your En square at half power point direction. At half power point direction, what is the value of En? Just now we have done 1 upon root 2. Okay. So what will be the value of Pn at half power point direction? What will be Pn?
1/2.
1 upon root 2 whole square. This will be equal to 1 by 2. I hope all of you are understanding.
Yes, sir.
All of you are understanding. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So now what is the okay. Now what I have to equate to 1 upon 2 here? Next question. See the question. What I have to equate to 1 upon 2? This value, sin square theta. When you normalize the Pn, so what you have to do? PD divided by given value by the maximum value. If I do all that circus, your AM will get cancelled, R square will get cancelled. So only your sin square theta will be remaining. So always remember, in your approximate method, only equate angle. the corresponding r square am don't equate. Very simple. So no need to have further confusion. When you are doing approximate method, only you have to equate the angles. Is it clear? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I have to equate now? What is Pn?
Sine square theta.
Very good. Sine square theta is equal to 1 upon 2. So what will be your sine theta? 1 upon 2 raised to the power half. So your theta will be sine inverse of 1 upon root 2. Agreed. Sine inverse of 1
Yes, sir.
upon root 2. So what will be this?
57.23 degrees.
57.
45 degrees.
Who came up with this idea of 57 degrees? 45 degrees. Okay. Then I will forget my mathematics. Okay. Now what will be your theta? EP. What I have to do to this 45 degree? Multiply by
2.
Multiply with
2.
Very good. So whatever theta you get, theta EP will be 90 degrees. What will be phi? There is no separate angle now available. So we will assume theta EP is approximately equal to pi of HP. This is H plane, this is E plane. Okay. So what will be this? 90 degrees. Okay. So what will be your directivity now? 41253 divided by 90 degree into 90 degree. So how much you will get?
5.0.
5.092.
Very good. 5 point.
09.
Where was I? Now directivity in decibel.
7.06.
Got it? So using exact method, how much you got? 1.76. Here you are getting 7.06. There's a huge difference. So no need to worry if you do using approximate method. So what happens is your approximate method is only valid for narrow beam width area less than equal to 20 degree. I think here beam width is too high. So if you are doing through approximate method, your directivity difference will be too high. Anyway, this was asked once in the VQ question to compare both the directivities. So that is what I have compared. Okay, so far any doubts?
So far, no doubt, sir.
No doubt, sir.
No doubt, sir.
No doubt, sir.
Okay, excellent. Uday Prakash, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Preeti Easter, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Yaranti Vikas, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Shall we do one more problem? Veena, can I do one problem? Okay. Write down. small problem will do. The radiation intensity of an antenna is given by U is equal to cos 4 theta sin square phi for 0 less than equal to theta less than equal to pi by 2 and 0 less than equal to phi less than equal to 2 pi. Find the directivity. Find directivity. So which formula you use here? Power radiated is equal to double integration of u of theta comma phi d omega. So this is the formula you will be using here. Directly find the power radiated, not the beam area. So if you have to find the beam area, then normalized power you will be integrating. Remember that, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So please remember, if you have to find the beam area, what I will be integrating here? If I have to find the beam area, I will be integrating the normalized power, not the radiation intensity. So this is what I will be getting the formula. This is what we have been doing. Then we will find directivity as 4 pi divided by beam area. This is what we have done in the previous problem. This is the when the radiation intensity is given directly, you can find this. Okay. Now what I have to do? Already we have done enough problems on this. So only thing is here limits are different. Theta varying from 0 to pi by 2 and your phi varying from 0 to 2 pi. So cos raised to the power 4 theta, this will be sin square phi into sin theta d theta d phi. Okay, so this is what we have to integrate, right? All of you agree?
Yes, sir.
So what I will get here? Theta varying from 0 to pi by 2 cos raised to the power 4 theta sin theta d theta. This will be theta varying from 0 to 2 pi sin square phi d phi. Okay, so I can rewrite one of the equations now. I can rewrite this as phi varying from 0 to 2 pi sin square phi d phi is equal to 2 into 0 to pi sin square phi d phi. This is just a mathematical this one. So if you have were to integrate this, you will get 2 pi by 2. This is equal to pi. So what I will do here is
You can
Put
put cos theta in.
yes, put cos theta is equal to x. Put cos theta is equal to x. Then what you will get? Minus sin theta d theta is equal to dx. That is sin theta d theta is equal to minus dx. That is when theta is equal to 0. What is the value of x? Tends to 1. Grade.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, when theta is equal to pi by 2, x tends to 0. Okay. So totally what you will get here, power radiated is equal to pi, your x varying from 1 to 0, x to the power minus 4 minus dx. So this will be equal to pi, your x varying from 1 to 0. Okay, so I will, if you integrate this, you will get x raised to the power 5. This minus sign is there, divided by 5. These are the limits. So this you will get as pi by 5. Or what? How do you find the directivity now? Directivity is equal to 4 pi u max divided by power radiated. This is another formula we have been keep on using. Your u max is nothing but 1. So your 4 pi divided by power radiated will be pi by 5. So your directivity is equal to 20. Now find the directivity in dB. Find the directivity in dB. How much you get?
13.010 2 dB.
Directivity is equal to 13 point. Tell me.
010 dB.
01.
1 dB. Okay. One more problem we'll do. Find the directivity. Find the directivity for the source with sine squared. It's the sine squared DOUGH, dog nut power atom. Okay. What is your sine squared? Just write sine square theta, as simple as that. We'll write the radiation intensity U is equal to U max sine square theta. So your radiation intensity, power radiated will be integration theta varying from 0 to 2 pi. If he has not given anything, take 0 to 2 pi. Pi varying from 0 to pi. This will be um sine square theta d omega. That sine square theta d omega. So this will become power radiated is equal to theta varying from 0 to 2 pi and your pi varying from 0 to pi sine square theta sine theta d theta d phi. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
So take outside, theta varying from 0 to 2 pi sine cube theta d theta and your phi varying from 0 to pi d phi. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So your d phi part, what it will become? This is equal to 2 pi into this whole thing integration will be 4 by 3. So this will be again 4 to the 8 pi by 3. Now find the directivity. 4 pi u max divided by power radiated. So what you will get now next? 4 pi um divided by um 8 pi by 3. Um will get cancelled, pi will get cancelled, 4 1s are, 4 2s are. So you will end up getting 3 by 2. This 3 will go into the numerator. So this directivity is equal to 1.5 convert into dB. Got it, all of you?
Yes, sir.